Hey everyone. Before we begin today's story, I want to thank you. You could be anywhere right now, watching something meaningless, scrolling endlessly, wasting time like most people do. But you're here, trying to understand life, success, and the human mind. That already makes you different. So thank you for being the kind of person who still wants to grow. Now, let me tell you about a book that was never meant to be read. A book that was hidden for 70 long years. A conversation so strange that even the author's family refused to let the world see it. This is the story of outwitting the devil, a secret manuscript written by Napoleon Hill, the same man who gave us Think and Grow Rich. Hill claimed he had an interview, not with a man, not with a politician, not with a philosopher, but with the devil himself. He said the devil revealed how he keeps people weak, afraid, and average. And what you're about to hear might just be the most dangerous ideas ever written. They say some conversations are too powerful to be heard by everyone. This was one of them. In 1938, Napoleon Hill completed Outwitting the Devil. But when he showed it to his wife and publisher, they panicked. It was too bold, too real, too against the system. So the book was locked away, sealed for 70 years. It was never published until 2011, long after Hill was gone. And people wondered, what could be so dangerous about a book that it had to be hidden for nearly a century? Hill said he discovered the invisible force that controls most of humanity, the fear that keeps us from living with purpose. He called it the devil's greatest weapon, and it wasn't hellfire or punishment, it was fear itself. When Hill wrote this, the world was recovering from the Great Depression. People were hopeless, desperate, and lost. He had already shown the world how to achieve success through Think and Grow Rich. But now he wanted to show what stops success and what holds people down. He said the real enemy isn't the economy. It's not your family, not your boss, not society. The real enemy is inside your own mind. In his darkest moment, Hill said he heard a voice, calm, powerful, and terrifying. The voice said, "I am the power that controls 98% of the people on Earth." Hill, instead of running, challenged it. He asked, "Who are you?" And the voice replied, "I am the devil, and you, Napoleon Hill, have disturbed my peace." From that moment, Hill began questioning this voice, and the answers that came out changed everything. The devil explained how he traps people through fear, doubt, procrastination, laziness, and distraction. He said, "My greatest weapon is fear. I control people by making them drift, never thinking for themselves." Hill realized the devil wasn't a physical being. He was the symbol of the human mind when it loses control. He represents the comfort zone, the hesitation, the voice that says, "You can't." And if you think about it, that voice lives in all of us. Outwitting the devil isn't about religion or demons. It's about the psychology of failure. It's about how invisible fears shape our lives, how habits destroy dreams, and how people live entire lives without ever using their full power. So as we begin this journey, remember this. You don't need to believe in the devil, but you must accept that something, inside or around you, wants to keep you ordinary. And Hill's question still echoes through time. Can a person outwit fear and truly take control of their mind? In the next part, we'll step into the same mysterious conversation Hill had and uncover what the devil revealed about how he controls people. Because if Napoleon Hill was right, then freedom doesn't begin in the world outside you. It begins inside your mind. As the story continues, Napoleon Hill finds himself in a strange state of mind, somewhere between dream and reality. He doesn't know if he's awake or asleep. He only remembers one thing, a voice that seemed to echo through his very soul. The voice said, "You have disturbed my peace, Napoleon Hill." Hill didn't run. He didn't scream. Instead, he said quietly, "Who are you?" The voice laughed, cold, powerful, and calm. "I am the power that controls 98% of the people of Earth. I am the one who makes them afraid, lazy, and hopeless. I am the devil." Hill felt a strange calmness. He said, "If you truly are who you claim to be, then tell me your purpose." The voice replied, "My purpose is simple, to keep people from thinking, to make them drift through life, through time, through opportunity, without ever taking control of their own minds. Hill leaned forward and said, "Then I demand that you tell me how you control people." The devil laughed again. "You humans are easy to control. I do not have to chain you. I only have to make you afraid. Afraid of poverty, afraid of criticism, afraid of losing love, afraid of growing old, afraid of death." He paused and the silence felt heavier than sound. "I plant fear," the devil continued, "and I let it grow in your imagination. Once fear takes root, people begin to drift. They stop making decisions for themselves. They become slaves to circumstances." Hill asked, "What do you mean by drifting?" The devil said, "A drifter is one who permits himself to be influenced by others, who never thinks for himself. He waits for luck, for miracles, for someone else to make life better. I own every drifter," Hill said firmly. "And who escapes your control?" The devil answered, "Only those who think for themselves. Those who know what they want and move toward it with purpose. I cannot control a mind that has discipline." Hill was silent for a while, then said, "So your greatest enemy is purpose?" The devil replied, "Yes. A definite purpose is like a light in the darkness. It burns through fear. It breaks my control." Hill smiled slightly and said, "Then let's talk about your weapons. You said you control 98% of people. How?" The devil said, "I use 7 principles of fear, and I hide them behind your daily life. I make people afraid to fail, afraid to think differently, afraid to take action. I make them chase comfort. And when they chase comfort, they lose control." He continued, "I live in the minds of those who never use their own. When they eat without hunger, scroll without purpose, or speak without thought, I am there. When they wake up tired of life but do nothing to change it, I am there." Hill said, "So your real home is the human mind?" The devil replied, "Yes, I exist only where there is emptiness of thought. Give me a person who drifts, and I will shape their beliefs, their habits, and their destiny." Hill paused for a long moment. Then he said, "Then the key to freedom is self-discipline." The devil's voice grew softer, almost whispering, "Exactly. Control your own mind, then you kick me out of it." Hill sat back and realized this wasn't a conversation about religion or superstition. It was about control, mental, emotional, and spiritual. The devil represented every distraction, every doubt, every weakness that keeps people from greatness. And that's when Hill asked the most important question of all. "What is your greatest fear?" The devil hesitated. Then he said, "My greatest fear is that people will learn the truth, that they will understand they have the power to control their own minds. If they knew that, I would be powerless." Hill felt chills. The idea that evil could lose its power simply because people thought for themselves. It was both beautiful and terrifying. The devil said, "I live only in weak minds. Strong minds think, they act, they choose, they don't wait." Hill said quietly, "So the true devil is human weakness." The voice replied, "Now you understand." And with that, Hill began to realize the devil wasn't just a being he was talking to. He was facing the fears within himself, the same fears that live in all of us: fear of rejection, fear of failure, fear of change, fear of being different. That's how most people lose the game before it even starts. They let fear whisper louder than purpose. Hill wrote, "The man who controls his own mind may conquer the world. The man who doesn't will be conquered by it." And that's where the story truly begins, a journey into the mind, the battlefield of thought, and the truth about how to escape the invisible prison built by fear. I truly appreciate your consistency and energy in continuing this powerful journey through Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow. Rich, your growth mindset inspires me, and trust me, what you're about to learn in this part can completely change your reality. Let's dive deep into how the subconscious mind shapes your success. Your subconscious is like a garden. Whatever seeds you plant will grow. If you plant seeds of doubt, fear, and negativity, that's what you'll harvest. But if you fill your mind with confidence, success, and gratitude, your subconscious will start working day and night to make those thoughts real. Napoleon Hill believed that the subconscious mind acts as a bridge between our conscious thoughts and the universal intelligence into what he calls infinite intelligence. It's like a silent worker, always listening, always taking instructions from your thoughts and emotions. If you constantly think, I can't do it, your subconscious will create conditions to prove that right. But if you say, I can and I will, your subconscious will align people, situations, and ideas to help you succeed. Hill said that one of the most powerful ways to influence the subconscious mind is through autosuggestion, repeating your goals, dreams, and affirmations daily with emotion. When you say, I am becoming financially independent, I am attracting new opportunities every day, I am confident, focused, and unstoppable, your subconscious accepts those commands and begins to act on them. But here's the key: emotion. Without emotion, your words are empty. When you speak with belief and passion, your subconscious absorbs it deeply. This is why visualization and gratitude are so powerful. When you visualize your success as if it's already real, your subconscious starts believing it, and then your actions naturally align to make it happen. Remember, your subconscious doesn't rest. It works 24/7 even when you sleep. So feed it only what you want to see grow in your life. In the next part, we'll explore how to reprogram your subconscious, step by step, to attract success faster than you ever imagined. Stay with me till the end of this series, because the best transformation happens when knowledge turns into daily habit. If you're loving this journey, make sure to like, comment, I'm reprogramming my mind, and share this video with someone who needs this message today. See you in part 4, where your subconscious mind becomes your greatest ally. Now we're diving into one of the most powerful parts of Think and Grow Rich: how to reprogram your subconscious mind for success. You see, your subconscious mind is like a computer. It runs old programs, your habits, fears, and beliefs, automatically. Most of these programs were installed years ago, often by other people, parents, teachers, society. And if those programs are negative, they silently control your results. But here's the truth: you can rewrite them. Napoleon Hill said, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. That's not just motivation, it's science. The subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. So when you feed it powerful, positive thoughts repeatedly, it starts believing and acting on them. Here's how you can start reprogramming it today. First, affirmation with emotion. Say your goals out loud every morning and night, but say them with feeling, or like they're already real. For example, I am confident, successful, and financially free. Say it until you feel it. Second, visualization. Close your eyes and see your goals as already achieved. Feel the joy of living that success, the freedom, the happiness, the gratitude. Your subconscious will start turning that vision into your new reality. Third, gratitude. Every night before you sleep, thank the universe or God for what you already have and what's coming your way. Gratitude sends a message to your subconscious that abundance is your natural state. Fourth, surround yourself with positivity. Your environment shapes your subconscious. Listen to inspiring content, read uplifting books, and spend time with people who push you toward your goals. And finally, never speak against yourself. Your words are commands to your subconscious. Stop saying, I can't, I'm not good enough, or it's too hard. Replace those with, I'm learning, I'm improving, and I can handle this. Because when your subconscious starts believing in your success, nothing can stop you. In the next part, we'll explore how your faith and imagination combine with your subconscious mind to create unstoppable results, just like the world's most successful people did. So if you're ready to rewrite your inner story, drop a comment saying, I'm reprogramming my mind for success. And don't forget to like and share this with someone who needs a reminder that their greatest power lies within their own mind. See you in part 5, where belief turns into reality. Back, my amazing thinkers and dreamers. First of all, I want to take a moment to appreciate you. Yes, you, the one listening right now. Still hungry to learn, still chasing growth, still believing that life can be extraordinary. You are already ahead of most people because you're training your mind, just like Napoleon Hill taught us to do. Now in this part, we're unlocking two of the most powerful forces ever known to humankind: faith and imagination. Napoleon Hill said, Faith is the starting point of all accumulation of riches. And that's not about religion. It's about an unshakable belief in yourself, your dream, and your ability to turn it into reality. Faith is a mindset. It's built through repetition. When you constantly feed your mind with positive thoughts, visualize your success, and speak your affirmations, you are planting faith deep in your subconscious. And when faith takes root, doubt disappears. Think about every great inventor, entrepreneur, or artist in history. They all had one thing in common. They believed before the world did. Thomas Edison had faith he could bring light to the world, even after failing 1,000 times. The Wright brothers had faith they could fly, while everyone laughed at them. Steve Jobs had faith he could put a computer in every home. Faith turns imagination into creation. Now let's talk about imagination. Hill called it the workshop of the mind. It's where all plans are created. Everything that exists around you, your phone, your clothes, the city you live in, once existed in someone's imagination. But here's the secret: there are two types of imagination. First, synthetic imagination, where you rearrange old ideas into new combinations. This is what entrepreneurs and problem solvers use to improve existing things. Second, creative imagination. This is the higher level. It's when you connect to something beyond yourself. Call it intuition, inspiration, or the universe whispering to you. This is where true breakthroughs are born. Napoleon Hill believed that when your faith and imagination work together, you become unstoppable. Faith gives energy to your vision. Imagination gives it direction. So how can you apply this in your life today? Every morning, visualize your dream life as if you're already living it. Feel it. Believe it. See yourself waking up in your dream home, driving the car you want, helping the people you care about, doing meaningful work. Then throughout the day, act like the person who already has those things. Because your imagination is the blueprint, and your faith is the fuel. Hill once said, "Whatever you can conceive and believe, you can achieve." So stop doubting, stop waiting for perfect conditions, start imagining boldly and believe fiercely. Remember, faith doesn't make things easy, it makes them possible. In the next part, we'll uncover something even deeper: the mysterious power of the mastermind, and how connecting with the right people can multiply your success beyond imagination. Until then, repeat this affirmation out loud. My faith is stronger than my fear. My imagination is creating my future. See you in part 6, where we learn how powerful connections can change your destiny. Now in this part, we uncover one of the most misunderstood, yet most powerful principles. Napoleon Hill ever taught the mastermind principle. Hill said, "No two minds ever come together without thereby creating a third, invisible, intangible force, which may be likened to a third mind." In simple words, when you surround yourself with people who think big, dream big, and push you forward, your combined energy creates something far more powerful than what any of you could achieve alone. That invisible third mind is what turns ideas into empires. Think about it. Every major success story in history was not the work of a single genius. Henry Ford had Thomas Edison and Harvey Firestone as his circle. Andrew Carnegie surrounded himself with business masterminds. Even modern icons like Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, Bill Gates and Paul Allen, Elon Musk and his teams, all succeeded because they worked within a mastermind environment. You see, success is never a solo act. It's a symphony. But here's the problem. Most people surround themselves with negativity. They talk to people who doubt their dreams, who complain, who settle for less. And slowly, without realizing it, they absorb that same energy. Hill warned against that. He said, "Choose your environment carefully, because your mind is like a garden. The people you allow in are the seeds you plant."
If you plant weeds, negativity, fear, and gossip, your garden will die.
But if you plant roses, ambition, belief, collaboration, and your garden will flourish. So here's what you must do. First, build your circle intentionally. Find people who inspire you, who talk about growth, ideas, and action, not drama. If you can't find them around you, find them online. Follow thinkers, creators, entrepreneurs, and spiritual guides who lift you up. Second, contribute. A mastermind isn't about taking, and it's about giving. Share your ideas, encourage others, help them grow. The more value you give, the more you'll receive. Third, align your energy. When two or more people unite with the same vision, their vibration multiplies. Hill compared this to a battery. One cell produces a little power, but when you connect multiple cells, you create massive energy. Imagine what would happen if you and a group of like-minded people decided to meet every week to discuss goals, hold each other accountable, share resources, and uplift one another. Within months, your life would completely transform. The mastermind principle isn't just about business, no, it's about frequency. When you align your energy with people who believe in abundance, success, and growth, you begin to attract exactly that. That's why I always say, if you want to go fast, go alone, but if you want to go far, go together. Napoleon Hill understood something most people still miss, that success is not a race. It's a connection. So today, I challenge you, take a look at your circle. Ask yourself, do these people feed my growth or drain my energy? If it's the latter, it's time to make a change, because your future depends on who you surround yourself with. In the next part, we'll explore something even deeper, how persistence separates dreamers from achievers. The world is full of people who start, but very few who finish. Stay with me. Part 7 is all about becoming unstoppable. And before you go, comment below. I'm building my mastermind circle, because the people around you can either build your empire or bury your dreams. Choose wisely. Napoleon Hill said, "There is no substitute for persistence. The person who makes up their mind to win does not recognize failure." Think about that. The world is full of people with dreams, but only a few with the courage to keep going after rejection, failure, or silence. Persistence is not about talent. It's not about luck. It's about refusing to quit when everything in you wants to give up. Every great success story you know, from Thomas Edison to Oprah Winfrey, from Michael Jordan to Elon Musk, was built on this one word: persistence. Edison failed over 1,000 times before creating the light bulb. When asked how he felt about failing, he said, "I didn't fail 1,000 times, I just found 1,000 ways that didn't work." That's persistence. Hill believed that persistence is a state of mind that can be cultivated. It's not something you're born with, it's something you build. Here's how you can develop it. First, have a clear purpose. When your why is strong enough, you can face any how. If your goal is vague, you'll quit easily. But when your goal means everything to you, you'll fight for it. Second, develop a burning desire. Hill used that phrase often. Burning desire. It means wanting something so deeply that quitting isn't an option. Desire fuels persistence. Third, build faith in yourself. Even when no one believes in you, especially then, hold the faith, because belief keeps you moving when results don't show yet. Fourth, eliminate negativity. Surround yourself with energy that lifts you. Doubt kills persistence faster than failure ever will. And fifth, keep taking action. Persistence isn't about waiting. It's about moving forward, even when progress feels invisible. Remember, success often hides behind the point where most people give up. Hill told the story of a man who stopped digging for gold, just 3 feet away from where the gold vein actually started. Someone else came after him, kept digging, and struck it rich. That story became one of Hill's most powerful lessons. Never stop 3 feet from gold. You might be closer than you think. The world doesn't reward the person who starts. It rewards the person who stays. Persistence is the bridge between failure and success, between wishing and achieving. So today, no matter what's happening, keep moving. Even if it's slow, even if it's hard, even if no one claps, keep moving. Because as long as you keep walking toward your dream, failure can never truly catch you. Napoleon Hill once said, "A quitter never wins and a winner never quits." So be the one who doesn't quit. Before we move on to the next part, where we'll explore the role of decision and action in shaping destiny, I want you to comment below, "I will never quit." Say it out loud, say it with conviction, and mean it. Because once persistence becomes your habit, success becomes your destiny. You see, indecision is one of the biggest enemies of success. It kills dreams silently, while most people are stuck saying, "Should I do this?" Or "What if it doesn't work?" The successful one has already started doing it. Every great achievement begins the same way, with a decision. A decision to start, a decision to take the risk, a decision to believe even when others don't. Napoleon Hill interviewed over 500 of the most successful people of his time: Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, Andrew Carnegie, and many more. He found that all of them shared one common trait: decisiveness. Ford once made a decision to build the V8 engine, and even when his engineers said it was impossible, he told them, "Build it anyway." Years later, they did. That's the power of a firm decision. But here's the truth. Most people don't make decisions and they postpone them. They wait for perfect timing, for confidence, for signs from the universe. But guess what? Confidence doesn't come before the decision, it comes after. When you make a decision, something shifts inside you. Your subconscious mind starts finding ways to make it real. Opportunities appear. People show up. Energy moves. That's why indecision is so dangerous. It keeps your power trapped in hesitation. So let me ask you, and what have you been putting off? Starting that business? Learning a new skill? Creating content? Moving to a new place? Whatever it is, now stop waiting for the right time. Decide now. Hill believed that decision gives birth to persistence. And together, they make you unstoppable. Here's how you can strengthen your decision-making power. First, trust yourself. Stop asking for permission to live your own life. The world respects people who know what they want. Second, train your instincts. Every time you face a choice, make a decision quickly, even in small things. Over time, your confidence will grow, and you'll stop second-guessing yourself. Third, commit fully. Once you decide, burn the bridges behind you. Leave no room for plan B. When your only option is success, you'll find a way to succeed. Napoleon Hill wrote, "The world has the habit of making room for the man whose words and actions show that he knows where he is going." So be that person. Decide clearly what you want, commit to it completely, and act on it daily, because decisions shape destiny. In the next part, we'll explore something deeply spiritual: the power of the sixth sense, intuition, and universal intelligence that Napoleon Hill spoke about in the final chapters of Think and Grow Rich. It's the point where logic ends and faith begins. But before we move on, comment below and declare it to yourself. I decide my destiny. Because once you start making powerful decisions, you stop chasing opportunities and they start chasing you.